How many self-improvement videos have you guys watched the last few days? Or the last week? Or the last however long it's been since you've been on this grind set mode, hustle, winter arc, locked in, lone wolf? Is that all you've been consuming? And I'm saying this because I'm a bit of a hypocrite. And I've noticed the last few days, it really got to me. I started to feel really drained. And actually, the last few days, I started to be a bit more reflective of myself, even more than I usually am. And I started just to ask myself, like, if you were rich, if you had all the money in the world, what would you be doing? And it took a while for me to come to the conclusion, but mine would be traveling around the world, doing cool things, making new memories, meeting new people, and then to tell stories and share my lessons through videos and content. But I was so focused on improving my content and the business side and on YouTube that I was distracting myself from doing the things that I know would help me in the long run. I was so focused and prioritizing my business and my YouTube that I actually suffered because I got so lost in the sauce and I burnt myself out. On this pursuit of trying to become better the last few days, or the last few months, sorry, I've been posting every single day. And I've been trying to improve, I've been trying to get better at speaking, conveying my message, becoming better at storytelling, less stuttering, getting more clients as well, the whole business side, becoming a better mindset coach, spreading better lessons and values that I became overconsumed by. Now it's good to be wanting to improve all the time. That's a great thing. I think everyone should be trying to grow. That's like the main point in life, right? If you're not growing, then what's the point? But what's gonna help me get that freedom should be my main priority, but it doesn't have to be all that I'm doing with my time throughout the day, because that is gonna drain me. I became so fucking obsessed, guys, of trying to become 1% better every single day. And for like most people, like that only requires like a couple hours a day of like just dedicated, like fully focused, locked in work on your craft or whatever that is. If you're trying to become an athlete, like a basketball player, that means like training on the court and then maybe watching a few tapes when you get back home. But every successful person, and I think everyone here, we've all got different interests outside of the main thing that we're focused on. If your goal is your passion, if they're intertwined, that's great. But there are still some things that I think most people should be doing, especially if you're in your 20s. I've spoken about it as well. Like, I'm a bit of a hypocrite. I've said that like you shouldn't be going out. You should be fully focused on your goals no matter what work. And I never subscribed to the fact that you have to work 12 hours a day, but I always thought like to making your main priority. But I started to listen to that advice. I was thinking like, no, like your whole, every 24 hours of the day, you've got to spend it wisely on this thing, and became too stressful. Like I tried to follow this really strict routine that, on paper would benefit me, but mentally and psychologically, I was suffering. I know a lot of people are going through this as well. We consume how many fucking self-improvement books, how many self-help videos do we binge watch, on YouTube? We're always trying to find the answer, or trying to improve or get better at this one thing, when in fact, we're just fucking torturing our own mind. It's doing no benefit at all. We think it's helping because we're watching more specific content on the thing we're trying to improve at. But if that's all we're doing, we're not feeding our souls. We're not going to get anywhere in life. So what I'm trying to say is, don't get too fully absorbed, or don't overconsume content and books and podcasts and trying to get better, because at the end of the day, all you need to do is take action. That's the best thing you're going to learn from. And there's bits and pieces you don't know yet, then you can read up on that, read books or whatever. But that should only be like a few hours a day for most people. I genuinely think that. And if you're trying to do more, you're going to burn yourself out. You're going to get depressed. You're going to feel like you're missing out on life. All these things, you can try and distract yourself. You can try and tell yourself, no, like that's your shitty, evil thoughts. But I genuinely think if you're neglecting the things that you genuinely love, like if that's connecting with other people, but you're like, no, I can't do that. I gotta hustle for 12 months and not see anyone. I think that's a very fucked up mindset, especially if you're young as well. If there's no urgency there. I always think it's urgent. I've gave myself this timeline, or this time, whatever you want to call it. Like by the end of the year, I want everything figured out, my goals. And I still fully believe in that. I think that's right. But it's not a sprint. It's a marathon. I shouldn't be I was expecting so much because I was putting in so much, but that just burnt me out. I got demoralized. You know, the content, the substance, the video ideas, the quality like started to drop the last week. I'm sure you guys have noticed as well if you're watching every single day. There's some videos I'm like, I'm not even proud to post. I'm just doing it because I told myself I want to post every day, even though I'm not feeling it. And the last few days I really suffered. And I've really taken a step back now. And now inherently I took a massive step back. I even missed an upload on Sunday. And so I need to get a healthy balance of self-discipline going again. But I'm not going to get so fixated on like making this whole day dedicated to this thing, this business thing, getting money, improvement. I think have a healthy balance where you dedicate a few strong hours on your craft to try to improve yourself, right? You can consume the podcast and the videos then, but also have another section of the day where you get to actually deliberately rest and chill and do some fun things. Don't go overboard. You know, don't start fucking jacking off because you did a good job. Don't start smoking weed or getting drunk every second night. You know, I did have a few drinks on Friday night, you know, but I kind of let myself go. I was in a bit of a hazy state. I kind of bitched out because I was telling myself, oh, you've been working too hard, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, I do definitely believe most people need a balance. A lot of self-improvement top dogs, they love to say like there's like balance is bullshit, just go all in. But I don't think most people will succeed like that. And if you're most people, and I'm trying to help most people, and I am most people too, even though I like to think I'm different, I genuinely think an overconsumption of anything is not good for you at the end of the day. You know, and I really felt that last few days. I felt so uninspired, uncreative. Didn't want to even film videos. Like I genuinely, it's not like, oh, I'm tired, I don't want to film. It's like, no, like I kind of got like disgusted at seeing my own fucking face with me holding my phone like this. So I'm coming at it from a different perspective now. I'm still definitely, my focus and my drive is still there and the ambition is still there, and that's amazing. I'm glad I've got that. But how much work, like a literal physical labor I'm putting into this is going to significantly drop, because I definitely felt a lot of pressure and stress just building up for no fucking reason. And it wasn't getting me any positive like benefits at all. So I'm trying to do a different approach to this. Of course, I'm going to share my lessons daily, but just I think a lot of you guys as well have fallen into the same trap of just the overconsumption of trying to improve. Like we became addicted to improving every single day, like quite literally, when a lot of times improvements can come from having fun and doing things you enjoy and making lasting memories with like other people and then your loved ones. All right. It is I, Tony fucking Lee. I love you all. Have a good night.